Hi Virgo, this is going to be your October 2025 tarot reading, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So please check back to your Moon and Rising sign as they're posted. My website is under construction right now, so if you want to get a reading from me, you can email me at that address, HiddenLotusTarot@gmail.com. Let's get straight into the reading because I'm behind on my work. I have with me today the Radiant White deck, the La Vida Sibila for clarification should we need, and we will wrap the reading up with a Golden Nostradamus card. Okay, here we go. Hopefully the camera can pick up the cards. I have already done some meditation and shuffling on your sign and glyph. I will put another rifle and shuffle on the deck. This will be a 9-card spread. I have to interrupt my work today because I'm going to physical therapy. I tell you, it's a never-ending battle. 9 cards down. Here we go. 8 of Cups. I think that's an important card right there. The Knight of Wands. The Sun. Next row, the 7 of Cups. Temperance. I was going to say the Sagittarius card. It is Sagittarius, but it's called Temperance. The Hangman. Oh my. That's quite a spread already. Last row, the Queen of Wands. Page of Pentacles. Oh, the Knight of Pentacles. And what is over the entire spread? The energy is the Hierophant. So, what do I have? I have 2 Cups, 2 Wands, 2 Pentacles, 3 major arcana cards, which are your spiritual lessons. Let me start over. The Cups, which represent the emotional quotient, how you feel about a thing, a person, or situation. The Wands, which represent your passion, your focus, your desire, your determination. The Coins, which represent your either money or the doing of something. And I told you, the major arcana. I also have 4 core cards, which can imply that there are a lot of people involved, but I don't always I don't read the court cards as people, especially the knights and pages. I read them as messages. A page is a low level message that come to you or you send out, but knights are bigger messages and they come to move a situation along. So if something has been stagnant or going back and forth, the knight rides in to change direction. Okay, the cards are read past, present, future, past, present, future with the interplay of the cards. So I think the 8 of Cups is an 8, and 8s are karmic numbers. They usually have to do with money, but an 8 can also be about obstacles, hassle, and delays. And so I think that the 2 eclipses, we had the eclipse on the 7th lunar eclipse in Pisces, and then on the 21st we had a solar eclipse in Virgo, your sign. So this is the only eclipse moon in the deck. So I think this eclipse If it's not already changed some things for you, it's going to change some things for you, because eclipses are game changers. Okay? So I feel that this card represents you, Virgo. Maybe you are feeling that you have to walk away from something or leave it behind to look for something more fulfilling. Maybe this is work level or might be spiritual. And the thing that strikes me about this card is that the person walked away with only the clothes on his back. So that tells me that in effect you kind of leave the situation because there's nothing else that can be done. And one of the interpretations of the card is, if you have sunk all your money and emotions and all your time and energy into a situation and it's still not working out, the best thing you can do is leave it alone, because you may formulate new plans. But I see here we have the Knight of Wands kind of rushing in. He's not like the Knight of Swords, but he's kind of rushing in to break the situation up. So maybe you have to, in the middle of this change, something happens and you have to change direction. Okay? Because he's coming in from the future to the past. He's backed up by the Sun, which promises that everything is going to be, there's growth, abundance, fertility, success. There are lots of things that the Sun can represent, but what stands out to me is that there's a baby on the back of a horse. So I see movement. I have 3 horses. So it looks like you will maybe change the directions, and the direction that you will go in might be very positive. I also see an announcement, a baby on the back of the horse, which implies to me something new, and he has a banner, waving a banner. So I feel it's some kind of announcement. Okay? Banners announce things. Flags announce things. But I can see in the past here that there was some confusion. I think you had too many things that you wanted to do or you wanted to accomplish, and you weren't able to accomplish any of them. So maybe you gave up and said, I'm going to walk away and leave everything behind. But the 7 of Cups is a 7. And 7s always say you must stop and think and consider what the next step is. But if you have too many choices, you may not know what to choose from. Right? So the card says if you can pick out what the most important things are, and you should work on those. Because in the card, we have self-actualization. We have power, property, riches, peace, power, and temptation. And the 7th thing, we don't know what it is. So the card says you can absolutely, positively do what you want, but you have to weed out some extraneous things that may not be pertinent to what you're trying to do. It also is the 7 of Cups says, expect a surprise. It doesn't tell me what kind of surprise. And this card represents the illusions, fantasies, delusions, nightmares, of trying to pick out what you want or what you're going to do. But the 7 says you can absolutely do it. You have to whittle down the choices that you have. Right in the center, we have the Temperance, and that's where I started. The Temperance card is about the reconciliation of opposites. You know, you want to do one thing, but you may not be able to. So how do you reconcile the two things? The Temperance card says you must use logic and reason. Feeling and emotion. But you have to be grounded too. You see how the angel has 1 foot in the water? That's emotions, and the 1 foot on the ground. That's the same balance, being grounded. And you have to What the two things are, I don't know, but it implies that you have to balance out the emotions. Because you know how you have water? You have water, you can take water and you can boil it, but it can boil over and put out the fire. Or you can turn a fire on low and it will just steam and bubble. So you have to get the mixture right. You have to get the temperature right. Also, when people come to me for personal readings, usually they want to know if they're on the right path or track. This card says, yes, you are. It's still a ways to go yet, but you're going to reach your goal. Okay? So, the card is a card of compromise, of patience. I think patience is going to be a big thing for you, because here we have the Hangman. And the Hangman implies that you have to see the situation from a higher perspective. Like 1,000 feet back. Take a look at everything. The Hangman also is put himself in this position because nobody made him, force him up on the cross. You may have been dealing with some kind of illnesses, like a migraine headaches or vertigo, shoulder pain, back pain, knee pain, hip pain, leg pain, foot pain. And here you are. I know it's a Virgo reading, but all of us, no matter what sign, we can embody the different suits of the core cards. And the Queen of Wands, she is an entrepreneurial king, or she's a boss lady. She usually has a lot of people working for her or under her. She delegates things. She manages. She runs things. And she's fun, exciting, and sexy. But we have, see, behind her, we have a message. I don't think this message is being sent out by her because it's a coin, but it could be. And the page says it's a new message about either some new finances or some new thing that you're going to have to do. And it ends with the Knight of Coins. So this knight is very important because he is the most positive knight in the deck. It says that you should be hearing soon about either some finances or some new kind of project coming in. It's going to take a while. See how his horse is lumbering and slow? He's standing still. It implies that you've been waiting on this message for quite a while. And it's coming. And I think while it's coming, you should definitely look over everything. You should whittle down what you want. You have to reconcile what's going on, make compromises. And here we have the Hierophant, which represents Venus. And Venus is the sign of love, beauty, and harmony. But Venus is also about marriages and contracts. So this is not a marriage. I don't think it's a marriage. But it's about some contractual issue. And in order to make somebody come along with you to agree to what you want to do, you have to make it attractive to them. That's why Venus represents beauty, love, and art. You have to make it seem attractive to them. So we can see the acolytes at the bottom of the Hierophant implies receiving message either from up on high, like spiritually high, or receiving a message from somebody in an organization that usually has a hierarchical structure. So we're talking government, schools, hospitals, things like that. Now, normally when you have two knights show up here, it says that you have some kind of doubt about their sincerity of a male friend or colleague, because they're going in two different directions. Maybe one person is telling you, I think there's two people here for sure, but maybe they're telling you they're coming in to try to convince you not to leave, but you want to go. So the only cards that I can give you any information about, or more information, are the two cards here. The 6 and 7, the 8 and 7 of cups, as they relate to the Sun, the Temperance, and the Hangman. So let me see if there are any other messages that I can get out of this spread. The 8 of Cups. No. And the 7 of Cups. No, it tells me nothing. Let me tell you what the 7 of Cups says. Narrow down your choices, as you have too many options from which it may lead to confusion. Push aside those that do not suit your goals. You are asked not to be disheartened by the delay in activities. It would be wise for you to use the time to reflect on the positive aspects that already exist in your life. So, I think that something is going to change for you, but it's going to take a little time. And so you are being asked to be able to either compromise economy. This card represents economy. Maybe save your money, save your energy, save your time, but also learn how to compromise. And while you're waiting, try to view what's... The Sun is here highlighting what the problem is. Problem is you have too many choices. So let me pull a Nostradamus card, and this, it will go forward, but you have to be circumspect. It's also, the Sun is also highlighting that you should make a compromise. It's also highlighting that it's going to take a while to work itself out. '26 astrology, which kind of goes back to the eclipses. It says the zodiac. The hours and days seem to fly past when experience and emotions come hard and fast. That's this card, zodiac. Every soul should found their actions on willpower and decisiveness. Now you are too sluggish and not reflective enough. Fortune does not smile upon the lazy. So even if you aren't doing anything physically, you have to actively engage your mind on what you will do. Make small steps. Okay? And that's what I have for you, Virgo, for October 2025. And I'll see you when I see you. Okay, bye. Good luck.